morning, students. I, Anil Kumar Swain, welcomes all of you to the Gyan Jyoti online classes. Students, as you all know that I am teaching you social studies. Today, the topic is geography. Sorry, the section geography we will teach, and the name of the topic is latitudes and longitudes. I have written on the board. You can see. The chapter number 2 is latitudes and longitudes. Students, in the first chapter, in the previous chapter, I can say, we have studied about the Earth and the solar system. Students, you know that our Earth is not a perfect sphere, not in the shape of a football. It is slightly flattened at the poles, that is the North Pole and the South Poles. If you are keen to know how it looks, have a look at the globe. Students, you may have seen globe in a library or somewhere else you must have seen. So a true model of the earth can be a globe. Globe shows the distance, size, shape and direction of countries, continents and oceans accurately. By looking at the globe, you may notice that a needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted position. Students, tilted means थोड़ा टेढ़ा, थोड़ा झुका हुआ. Students, remember the word. Our Earth rotates on its own axis and revolves around the sun. There was a misconception before thousands of years that the sun was revolving around all other planets, but this was wrong, students. All the planets move around the sun. Likewise, our Earth revolves around the sun, and it takes 365 and 1 by 4 days for completing one revolution. So, but it is also in a tilted manner, not in a straight manner, in a tilted manner. Thoda jhuka hua. In Hindi we can see. So, the 2 points on the globe through which the needle passes represent the 2 poles. Students, if I have made a diagram, then if this is the North Pole, this is the South Pole. The Earth is in a tilted position, means as I have told you in Hindi, thoda jhuka hua. Then the globe can be moved around its needle from west to east, just as the Earth moves. Students, the Earth moves from west to east. But remember that the real Earth has no such needle. It is just a replica, a duplicate model. Students, Earth doesn't have a needle inside and it don't need a stand, because globe needs a stand. It is just a model of the Earth, a true model of the Earth. Then, but remember that the real Earth doesn't have a needle. Around its axis, it is imaginary line. It is inclined at a fixed angle of 66.5 degrees. We'll read about it in the next few minutes. So, it is just as an imaginary, and it connects the North Pole to the South Pole in a globe. So, students, it is easy to understand the location and time zones of a place or different types of places on Earth. Earth with the help of a globe. But it is difficult to carry around. Can we carry a globe in our pocket, in our bag? It is so. It may be this in size or this in size, but it is unable to. It is not handy. We can't carry it to all the places. It is difficult to describe the location of a point in a sphere like the Earth. Therefore, the latitudes and longitudes are there to help us locate the various places and things on the Earth's surface. Students, the first topic of our chapter, latitudes and longitudes, is the parallels of latitude. Students, the first chapter here, first section is the parallels of latitude. And why it is told as parallel? Why the name is given? You know students, parallels mean two lines going together but they never meet at one place. Like the best example is the railway lines. It meets at some times, but most of the time the railway lines are called parallel. Therefore this is an example. So we will study what are latitudes. Students, latitudes are imaginary circles on a globe that help us to locate places easily. Students, I will say, repeat once again that the latitudes are imaginary circle, means this, you can't see the latitudes or longitudes on the earth even, but they are present, so you can't also feel it. If the earth was cut into two halves, two equal halves, if the earth is made to cut into two equal halves, the dividing line may be the largest possible circle that can be drawn around the earth, and that line is called the equator. Students, as I have told you that if the earth is cut into two halves, if the earth is a sphere and if we cut into two halves, then the line, the equator, is the largest latitude on earth, which passes through the middle of the earth. This circle is referred to as the equator. It divides the earth into two equal halves, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Students, it divides the earth into two halves, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. The northern part of the earth is known as the northern hemisphere, and the southern part is known as the southern hemisphere. All parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called the parallels of latitude. All parallel circles from the equator up to the poles, students, when the equator passes through the middle of the earth and the latitudes up to the poles, up to the north pole, they belong to the northern hemisphere, and when they go down to the southern hemisphere, they are called the latitudes, and all are along with these two phases, two regions, all the parallel circles are known as the parallels of latitude. Then students, as I have told you that the parallel lines to the equator are known as the latitudes. Parallels, therefore they are known as parallels. They are measured in degrees. The equator represents the 0 degree latitude. Students, as I have told you, the equator known as the 0 degree. The 0 degree latitude. And since the distance from the equator to either of the poles is 1/4 of a circle around the earth, it will measure 1/4 of 360 degree, that is the 90 degree. Hence, the north pole is 90 degree north, and students, the south pole is 90 degree south of the equator, respectively. Students, in the page number, when we will go through the book, in the page number G102, G102, you will see the first pic on the top left corner of the book. The first one is the parallels of latitude. How the parallels of latitude are shown. And second one, we will study about the parallels of latitude and different zones, that is the different heat zones we will study about. The first one is the torrid zone, then the second one is the frigid zone, and the third one is the Arctic zone. Then students, what we will study, and different parallels of latitude and heat zones we will study with the help of a diagram. Then students, let me make a diagram, then I will understand it better. Then what are the different students, as I have drawn the diagram here, please look at the diagram very carefully. So what does this diagram signify? Students, this is the earth, shape of the earth. I have made the picture of the earth. This is the North Pole, this is the South Pole. Students, North Pole and South Pole. Sorry, I have told a mistake that there are three types of heat zones and torrid temperate zone, and apart from it, the next zone we will study that is in the further few minutes. But before that, please look at the diagram. This is the North Frigid Zone, this is the South Frigid Zone, and this is the equator. This is the largest or the longest latitude in the earth. And as the earth is divided into two hemispheres, this is the northern hemisphere and this is the southern hemisphere. This is the Tropic of Cancer and this is the Tropic of Capricorn. And as you know that this is the South Temperate Zone and this is the North Temperate Zone. Students, this is the Arctic Circle and this is the Antarctic Circles. Students, by looking at the diagram, you must keep it in your mind that you have to memorize it altogether, because this diagram can help you to know about in the further classes. So, this is the degrees. 66.5 degree north represents the North Frigid Zone, and lower than that, 23.5 degree north, this is the North Temperate Zone. So, as I have written here, you may understand that as one moves north or south of the parallels, gradually we keep getting colder, because as we go higher to the North Pole, as we go lower to the South Pole, we feel cold. Because students, you know, when the earth moves or the revolves around the sun, it is tilted. The direct sun rays don't fall on both the poles. Therefore, it is always frozen throughout the year. So, besides equator, there are 4 important latitudes on the Earth's surface. So, the first one is the Tropic of Cancer at 23.5 degree north and Tropic of Capricorn 23.5 degree south. As I have told you, I have written here Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer. The Arctic Circle is 66.5 degree north. I have written here, and the Antarctic Circle is 66.5 degree south. The latitudes of an Antarctic Circle is, the latitude of an area determines to be great extent its weather, climate and direction of winds. It decides the particular region's climate and different weather conditions. So each degree of latitude is further divided into 60 minutes and each minute is divided into 60 seconds. Students, the region between the tropics is referred to as the tropical or torrid zone. Students, this is the torrid zone. It is almost hot throughout the year because the sun rays directly fall here. You can see the equator, it is very hot area, the area near the equator or the countries from where the equator passes through, they are very hot, and because the sun rays fall directly here. So the torrid zone is a heat zone, you can see. It receives the direct rays of the sun and therefore receives the maximum heat. The region between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle, the north of the equator is the North Temperate Zone. Then the region between the Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle, to the south of the equator is the South Temperate Zone. The upper one is the North Temperate Zone and the lower one is the South Temperate Zone. Then students, since the midday sun never shines overhead in any latitudes beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, these areas have moderate temperature, means neither very hot and neither very cold. The poles are never directly facing the sun. So the region around the poles, that is the Arctic and the Antarctic, is in the students in the north as well as in the southern area is very cold and remains frozen throughout the year. Students, next we will read about the meridians of longitude. first part was students about latitudes. The second one is the meridians of longitude. This is also a necessary line, imaginary line on Earth. The latitudes were parallel, but these are not parallel. They move from one pole to the another pole, that is from north to south. Besides latitude, students, we need another point of reference in order to exactly locate places on Earth. Students, why this your question may be arising in your mind that why latitudes and longitudes are needed? We can't see them, we can't feel them, and what is the use of it? Because students, to locate a place, that is called in short coordinates. So these are needed. The particular place, if you want to look at Nuapada, so what are the coordinates? So this is the position of the latitudes and longitudes, which will combine together. You can find a place exactly in one place, that is Nuapada. Students, do you know how the flights and helicopters they move? They move with the help of these coordinates. They can't see that that down is Nuapada and that is Karya or that's another place. No, they need coordinates. They get the coordinates from the air traffic control or different airports. Then only they reach to a particular place in right time. Students, we must know how far east or west their places are from a given line of references, running from the north pole to the south pole. These lines of these imaginary lines are known as the meridians of longitude. Then students, these two lines helps us to locate the places. Students, so these lines of reference are called the meridians of longitude. The meridians of longitude run from one pole to another pole, that is from the north pole to the south pole. So they are not in parallel line. As they meet at the poles, they are not parallel but are in equal in length. Students, remember one thing, the latitudes are parallel but they are not equal in length. As you go upper and upper, as you go lower and lower, the distance decreases, but it doesn't happen with the longitudes. It moves from one pole to another pole and they are equal in length and they are never parallel. So students, they are semicircles. Yes, it's no. What do you mean by semicircle? It's like this. If this is the Earth, this is like the semicircle. One pole to another pole. They move from one pole to another pole. Then students, they are semicircle in shape and the distance between them decreases steadily polewards. Yes, as they go towards the pole, their distance decreases until it becomes zero, where all the meridians meet. The prime meridian has been accepted as 0° latitude. It passes through Greenwich near London. So the prime meridian, there is a place called Greenwich. So the prime meridian it passes through the Greenwich, a place called Greenwich, and is situated near London. The Earth is completely round at the equator. It's true, the Earth is completely round at the equator. There are 360 meridians. Students, 360 meridians of longitude, as there are 360 degrees in a circle. We know in a circle, students, we have studied in geometry, in mathematics, that a circle has 360 degrees. These parallels or these latitudes and longitudes form a grid on a globe. Students, what are the grids? Suppose this is a Earth and these are parallels and these are the poles. If these are the latitudes, then this form a grid. With the help of the diagram, you can understand. So the Earth, as we know, the Earth shape is not a perfect sphere. It is shape of a geoid. Geoid means Earth-like shape. It is flattened till at the poles. Its shape is known as geode. Geode means Earth-like shape. It is very close to a spheroid, which is a rounded shape with a bulge around the equator. Students, then the next topic our is the locating places on Earth. How we can locate places? locating places on Earth. How we can locate places? The grid of latitudes and longitudes helps us to locate places on the Earth. It is easy to find a place on a map we know as its latitudes and longitudes. Unless and until we don't know the latitudes and longitudes, we are unable to locate the places. The continents of Africa, Asia and Australia and Europe lies between the prime meridian and the 180-degree meridian on the eastern side. So they are in the eastern hemisphere. Students, we know that the Earth is divided into northern and southern hemisphere, but there is an imaginary concept of eastern hemisphere and western hemisphere. So whereas the Americans are totally to its west, so they are in the western hemisphere. Students, the Americas are situated in the western hemisphere, and the Australia, Europe, Asia, they are in the eastern hemisphere. So as they are divided into two parts, there is a northern hemisphere also, then southern hemisphere also, and the eastern and the western hemisphere also. So this was the locating places on Earth. As I have told you, students, we need both the latitudes number and the longitudes number to locate a place on Earth. So the next one is meridians and time. Students, if you look at the watch, now it is 10 a.m. So the place at Gujarat, Arunachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, do they have the same time here? 10 a.m. Now it's 10 a.m. in Nopra. But is it 10 a.m. in other parts of the country? We'll read about it further. The Earth rotates from west to east, and one rotation is completed in one day, that is 24 hours. Students, the rotation of the Earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation on its own axis, but it takes 365 days and 1 by 4 days to complete one revolution. That's the difference, students. The rotation of the Earth causes day and nights, but revolution of the Earth causes the seasons, the change of seasons. Students, now we are experiencing the summer season in the month of June. After the month of June, rainy season will come. So, as I have told you that the revolution changes the seasons. Students, then as the Earth rotates, a part of its surface in turn comes in front of the sun. Then there is the coming of day. The places in front of the sun receives sunlight and are late, and the parts of the Earth away from the sun do not receive light at the same time. Now we have day in India, but at parts like America and different parts which do not get the sunlight at the same time, they are experiencing night. The continuous rotation of the Earth leads to the formation of days and nights. Students, then that's a difference that Earth has days and students, as I have told you that the rotation of the Earth causes days and nights in the Earth. So as the Earth rotates, day changes into night and night into day. This is the common procedure or phenomena of the Earth. In one rotation taken by the Earth, each place has day and night once. In a day, we have day now, and after some time, after the afternoon session, we will experience darkness. That is the evening, then the night phase. Students, the Earth completes one rotation on its axis in 24 hours. The equator is a complete circle. As I have told you that it is the largest latitude, the longest latitude on Earth. There are 360 degrees in a circle, we all know that. To calculate how much time each meridian takes to come in front of the sun, so dividing 360 by 24, which is equal to 15 degrees in 1 hour. Thus each meridian takes 4 minutes to come in front of the sun. Students, 4 minutes. Eastern meridians are ahead in time followed by western meridians. Therefore, students, the sun rises in the east. So Japan, it is also known as the land of the rising sun. It experiences the day or the sunlight for the first time in the earth because they are situated in the eastern part of our earth. Meridians are drawn by at a distance of 15 degrees each. There is difference of 1 hour after every 15 degree of longitude. This means each meridian takes 4 minutes of movement. The time remains the same from north to south of a longitude. The time on prime meridian is referred to as the Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. Students, it is also known as GMT. I have written here Greenwich Mean Time, the prime meridian or the 180 degree meridian. All the countries of the world have the standard time of their country with reference to the GMT. The GMT is situated near London. Students, as I have told you that now it is 10 a.m. What about the other places of our country? Are they experiencing the same time? So the standard time in countries located on different longitudes is not the same. But it may be the same in countries located on one longitude. Students, now we will study about the local time. The local time. Now, as I have told you that 10 a.m. is the local time here, as I have on a watch, then the local time of India now is the 10 a.m. When a particular meridian faces the sun directly and receiving the direct or vertical rays of the sun, and it is noon there. This is the local time on the meridian. That's a difference of 1 hour in the local time of every 15 degrees of longitude. As the longitude moves from 1 to 2nd, then there is a difference of 15 degrees. The sun rises about 2 hours earlier in the northeastern part of India. Yes, listen to students. The sun rises in the northeastern part 2 hours earlier, and it does in the west due to an east-west extent of nearly 29 degrees. The sun rises in the east, we all know, therefore the northeastern part receives the sunlight before the west. The sun rises about an hour earlier in northeast than it does at places near to the standard meridian of India. These places thus receives direct rays of the sun earlier than the rest of the India. Students, as I have told you, northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, which is situated in the easternmost part of India, they receive the sunlight before the other parts of the rest of the country. Students, this was all about the local time. Now we will study about the international standard time. Sorry students, it is not the international, it is the Indian standard time. This is the Indian standard time. India lies between, students, what is India's location? India is located where? If somebody will ask you, then what about the positions of the latitudes and longitudes and the position of India? India is located in the Asian continent. It lies between the 68 degree 7 minutes. Students, 68 degree 7 minutes east, and here E stands for east, students, and 97 degree 25 minutes. 97 degrees 25 minutes east longitude. So this is the position of India. There is a span of 29 degrees between the east and west of our country. Although India is a large country, friends, we know India is a very large country, it was inconvenient to have two different time zones. It is very inconvenient to have two different time zones. So it was very inconvenient for running of trains and airways. Students, the time zones is made by the government, but why different time zones are not being made? Because it will cause a chaos situation for the running of the trains and airways. The 82.5 degree east longitude passes almost through the middle of India. It was therefore decided to take it as a point of reference to fix the Indian Standard Time. Students, the IST here is 82.5 degree, 82.5 degree east. East longitude. Friends, this almost passed to the center of the country. Therefore, it was taken as the Indian Standard Time. Being in the east, the standard meridian of India is 5.5 hours ahead of the GMT. Students, which is situated in London, it means if it is 10 a.m. now, it is 5.5 hours ahead of London time. Okay, we can say the time in United Kingdom or Britain. So it is 5.5 hours ahead of London. Then students, so it is afternoon in India and when it is morning in England. First of all, then there is some exercises, sorry, a little bit of work given to you in the textbook, that locate and label the following places. Some examples are given: the Singapore, Sydney, Dhaka and Mumbai. We can do it in the class, now it's not possible. So the last one is, student, last topic is the international date line. The last topic is the international date line. The longitude of 180 degree lies exactly opposite to the prime meridian. The 0 degree meridian and the 180 degree meridian form a complete circle. In the international date line, students, the date changes when we cross the line, so it is called the international date line. Places just west of this line are 24 hours ahead of the places just to the east. The timing which is now in our country India, it is not the same as the timing in United States. They may have the night time, but we are experiencing daytime now. So there's a difference between both the places, because Earth is not a flat surface, it is round in shape. The sunlight is now falling on Earth, on this part of our country, but the another part is experiencing darkness. If we cross it, the time stays the same, but you gain and lose a whole day. Students, then the 180 degree meridian passes through the middle of the same island groups in the Pacific and also through Siberia and Alaska, putting parts of some countries on two sides of the international date line. This made it necessary to curve it, bringing Alaska on the same sides of the rest of the United States of America. Similarly, Siberia also had to be on one side of the line. Some countries, students, some countries like the USA have a width spanning several longitudes. Students, you know, the size of the country, United States, Russia, students, 11 time zones. I will tell you what are time zones. Like, first of all, we read about USA, that USA has a width spanning several longitudes. It is therefore necessary to have more than one time zone in them. So there are more time zones. The USA therefore has 4. 4 time zones. USA, due to the extension or due to the very big country, width spanning several longitudes, USA has 4 time zones. Then, as we know that USA has 4 time zones, so that the time on the east coast of the USA is 3 hours, 3 hours students, 3 hours ahead of the time in the west coast. That's a difference between the time zones, between the times. Our country is very big, but we don't have different time zones. We have a single time zone. Example, when it is 9 a.m. in New York, students, when it is 9 a.m. New York is situated in the eastern part of United States of America. When it is 9 a.m. in New York, it is 6 a.m. in Los Angeles. Students, Los Angeles is situated very far away from New York. It is situated on the western coast of United States. So there is a gap of 3 hours. This is an example. Then students, as I am telling you the example of Russia. Russia is so big, so huge, after division also, that it has 11 time zones. Just imagine that a time at the eastern coast or eastern part of the country is how much it is ahead of the western part of the country. It has 11 time zones. So our country, India, has only one time zone. It is also big, but it has only one time zone. So students, in this chapter we knew that how latitudes and longitudes change from place to place, and the situation or the particular position of the latitude and longitudes tells us about the locating of the places on Earth. The globe is a true model of the Earth. Students, we know there are some points at the end of the chapter that I want to discuss with you. The grid formed by latitudes and longitudes helps us in locating places. As I have made a diagram, the grids, the crisscrossing of latitudes and longitudes in a particular place tells us about the place. Then we can calculate the time with the help of longitudes. And students, latitudes, what are the help we get from latitudes? Latitudes help us in determining the general climatic pattern of the region. Then students, the time on the prime meridian is referred to as the Greenwich Mean Time or the GMT. Students, by this we knew about the latitudes and longitudes in detail, the Earth's grid, locating places, Greenwich Mean Time, Indian Standard Time, local time, time zones we have read in this chapter. I hope you would have understood this chapter. And students, I will repeat once again that while you are watching this video, please have a textbook on your hand. Then only you can understand the video. If you don't have the book, then please come to the school, buy it. Otherwise, you don't understand the video. You will be unable to look at the video and understand it. So this is a very important chapter, students. Go through it. If you are in doubt, then you can ask me. So by saying this, students, I am ending this chapter now here. And goodbye to all of you. Stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.